Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 26th of July 2023 and unfortunately guys, the price of Bitcoin has gone down and more importantly, even WorldCoin has gone down. And in yesterday's podcast guys, we actually talked about WorldCoin and a lot of the cryptocurrency exchanges did actually onboard WorldCoin and it did actually shoot up by well over 20%. And unfortunately guys, because of the news surrounding privacy on OpenAI's WorldCoin, the prices have definitely fallen down, and in the bargain guys, looks like the early investors of WorldCoin have definitely profited. So we'll very briefly touch base on that. And guys, in today's episode, there is a massive news that is going on, and that is regarding Kuwait, and they are actually cracking down on cryptocurrencies and looks like they're definitely following the orders of FATF. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what that news is all about. And unfortunately guys, they're definitely going hard and definitely not in favor of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency adoption. Now we also have some news regarding China, and surprisingly guys, they are using blockchain technology in space, and that is more to do with the satellite service. And what is a bit interesting is that they have dubbed one of the storage system as ADA chain, and mind you guys, this ADA chain has nothing to do with Cardano, so definitely a cool name. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what that news is all about. Now we do have some positive news, and this is all the way from Far East in Japan, and looks like the Prime Minister of Japan is definitely in favor of Web 3.0. As a matter of fact guys, he has actually said that Web 3.0 is the next form of capitalism. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what that news is all about. Now regarding news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East, we have a really positive and fabulous news, and that is to do with the cryptocurrency exchange called as Rain, and they have been granted financial service permission by Abu Dhabi Global Market. So definitely very positive news, and we'll go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. And guys, since 2023, a lot of the news is surrounding artificial intelligence, and could it be possible that Dubai will actually dominate the artificial intelligence industry? And there is an article which is put up by Khaleej Times which actually states that Dubai will dominate the AI industry and will definitely overtake the Silicon Valley as well. Now mind you guys, this is an opinion by the author, so I'll definitely go ahead and dissect this article, and I'll try to break down certain of the things that the author may have missed, and I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and opinions on this article. So quite a lot to cover guys in today's episode, so let's kick start with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as we kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee at 8 has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. We'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us, from the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies. We'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee at 8. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee at 8, and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee at 8 aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Shalhoub Group, a luxury retailer and distributor which is headquartered in Dubai, are getting into the NFT game. And here's the deal guys, they are not just getting into the NFT and metaverse space, they are going to be shaping the NFT, metaverse, and Web 3.0 space, which I believe is excellent not just for Dubai and UAE, but also for the global cryptocurrency community as well. And guys, Shalhoub Group's Web 3.0 sneaker brand called Soulmates revealed their first NFT collection on the 12th of April. Now, what is really interesting is that it's called as Soulmates, so it's spelled as S for sugar, O for orange, L for Larry. Now, instead of E, they've replaced it with Web3, and it is the number 3, mates.xyz. And guys, listen, Shalhoub Group has over half a century's worth of experience in luxury goods, and them getting into the NFT space is a massive deal. Now, if you're a sneakerhead, you definitely need to check out soulmates.xyz. And once again, guys, the number is 3 instead of an E. It has all the information, and in the show notes below, you'll get all the information. And listen, guys, if you want to be an early adopter, you can also pre-mint it at www.dreamin.xyz/soulmates. So definitely check it out. And they have a Discord community as well. And guys, Nick, who is the head of corporate innovation at Shalhoub Group and also the co-founder of Soulmates, has a WhatsApp group where he constantly provides updates in the area of NFTs, Metaverse, and Web 3.0. So guys, check out soulmates.xyz and be part of the Soulmates OG NFT that is definitely going to shape the industry. Next, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs, and these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since we've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, unfortunately, guys, since the last 24 hours, the global cryptocurrency market is down to $1.18 trillion. Now, could it be possible that based on the news regarding the FOMC meeting, some whales are trying to manipulate the market? Definitely possible. And later on today, guys, Jerome Powell will be announcing the interest rate hike. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, make sure you watch him live because he tends to go live on YouTube. And after he announces the interest rate hike and gives the reasoning, what happens is there is a press conference, there is a question and answer session. So definitely go out and check on that. And to be honest, guys, some of the questions that the mainstream media asks is absolutely ludicrous. So we'll definitely go out and discuss that in tomorrow's episode, because most likely the interest rate hike will be done after this podcast is recorded. Now, since the last 24 hours, guys, the global cryptocurrency market is marginally up at 0.41%. But that thing being said, the total crypto market at $1.18 trillion is definitely not good, considering the fact that we had this massive news regarding the Bitcoin spot ETF, and few weeks ago, guys, we also had this news regarding XRP not being termed as a security. So based on this two news alone itself, the global cryptocurrency market should have definitely surpassed the $1.5 trillion or $1.50 trillion. Now the total crypto market volume over the last 24 hours is ridiculously low as well, at $25.73 billion, and since the last 24 hours, guys, it is down by 27.89%. The total volume in DeFi is ridiculously low at $2.25 billion, and the total value locked, guys, is absolutely horrendous at $43.84 billion. And mind you, guys, in 2023, it has only been 2 or 3 times that the total value locked had crossed the $50 billion mark. I'm definitely hoping that the total value locked is somewhere around the $80 to $120 billion range, so definitely 2 to 3 times of what it is currently right now. And so far as the total value locked is concerned, Lido is still dominating with $14.62 billion locked in its protocol. And unfortunately, guys, the decentralized exchange to centralized exchange dominance is down to 7.93%. Definitely not ideal. And DeFi, guys, accounts for 14.74% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now let me very briefly run through the volume of DeFi protocols, because the number one protocol is Uniswap, and its 24-hour volume, guys, is close to $1 billion at $927.49 million. The number second protocol is PancakeSwap at $218.49 million. Core Finance is number third at $121.7 million. Dodo Finance is number fourth at $104.15 million. And guys, what I've noticed is whenever the volume of Dodo picks up pace, the volume of Uniswap definitely comes to pick up pace as well. So at this point of time, I'm not sure what the correlation between Uniswap and Dodo Finance is. The number fifth protocol is Maverick Protocol, and its volume is $47.05 million. Now look at the difference, guys, between the number one DeFi protocol and the number fifth DeFi protocol. Number one is Uniswap at $927.49 million, and the number fifth is at $47.05 million. The anomaly is absolutely massive, and the difference is absolutely huge. Now the volume of stablecoins is not looking good either. It is at $23.2 billion, and it still accounts for 90.16% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And out of this $23.2 billion, Tether USDT accounts for $18.05 billion, followed by Circle USDC at $2.26 billion, and finally, guys, Binance BUSD at $1.34 billion. And to be honest, guys, the future of Binance BUSD definitely looks a bit shady. To be honest, if you want my honest opinion, I wouldn't be surprised, let's say in the next 6 months or so, Binance BUSD gets completely wiped off and people are starting to use MakerDAO or DAI protocol. Now let's look at the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. And Bitcoin's dominance, guys, is at 48.35%, whereas Ethereum's dominance is at 19.19%. Now mind you, guys, one of the reasons why the dominance has gone down is only because the XRP's dominance has very marginally picked up. So it looks like XRP is definitely stealing the dominance from Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now the market cap of Bitcoin is $568 billion, whereas Ethereum is at $224 billion. The 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin is not looking good either. It is at $10 billion, but Ethereum is even worse at $4 billion. Now guys, let's very quickly run through the market cap of smart contracting platforms and interoperability protocol. And I do believe I covered these numbers just 2 days ago as well. Now Ethereum's market cap, as I mentioned, is $224 billion. Second is Binance BNB protocol at $36.55 billion. And finally, guys, Cardano at $10.60 billion. Now if you look at the price of Cardano, guys, it is at 30 cents, and it's going to be really interesting to see when the price of Cardano picks up pace. Hopefully the price of Cardano or ADA reaches somewhere around the $2 mark. Now so far as the interoperability protocol is concerned, guys, there is a lot of anomaly as well. The number one protocol, guys, is Quant, and if you look at its market cap, it is at $1.24 billion, and the price is at $102.94. The number second protocol, guys, and once again look at the difference between the first and the second. The second protocol is Moonbeam, and its market cap is at $158 million, and the price is no surprise, is only at 23 cents. And the third protocol is Synapse at $123 million, and the price is 64 cents. Now the reason why I'm making the comparison between the first and the second and the third one, guys, was if you understand what Six Sigma is, there's this saying that whenever there is an anomaly, whenever there is an upper specific limit which is extremely high, it does raise some ethical concerns. I'm not saying that there is something ethically wrong, but whenever there is a huge difference, it means that there is something going on wrong, and that wrong often points to ethical reasons. Now in today's episode, guys, let me very briefly run through synthetics, because in 2019 and 20, synthetics definitely made quite a lot of news, and I remember one of my favorite YouTubers called Ivan on Tech, he used to often talk about synthetics quite a lot. Now so far as synthetics is concerned, its ticker symbol is SNX, and it is currently priced at $2.68, and if you look at it via CoinMarketCap, it is currently ranked at number 58. So let me very briefly run through what is synthetics, who are the founders of synthetics, and what is it that makes synthetics unique. And listen guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding synthetics, the website is synthetics.io. Now synthetics, guys, is building a decentralized liquidity provisioning protocol that any protocol can tap into for various purposes. Its deep liquidity and low fees serves as a backend for many exciting protocols on both Optimism and on Ethereum as well. And guys, many user-facing protocols in the synthetics ecosystem, such as Quanta, which is more to do with spot and futures, Lyra, which deals in options, and Polynomial, which is an automated options and one-engine curve that deals with atomic and swaps, tap into synthetics liquidity to power their protocol. And synthetics, guys, is built on Optimism and Ethereum mainnet as well, and the synthetics network is collateralized by SNX, Ethereum, and LUSD as well, which is liquidity USD, enabling the issuance of synthetic assets called as synths. And synths, guys, tracks and provides returns on the underlying asset without requiring anyone to directly hold the asset. This pool collateral enables an array of on-chain composable financial instruments backed by liquidity from synthetics. And guys, some of the most exciting releases from SNX are Pop version 2, which hopes to enable low fees on-chain futures trading through the usage of chain oracles, and Synthetics version 3, which aims to rebuild the protocol to achieve its earliest goals of being a fully permissionless derivatives protocol. Now, if you do want to find out more information, guys, definitely go ahead and check out the website, that is synthetics.io. Let me very briefly run through who the founders of Synthetics are, because the network, guys, was launched way back in September of 2017 by Kane Warwick under the name of Haven with a double V, and about a year later the company rebranded to Synthetics, and Kane Warwick is the founder of Synthetics and a non-executive director of the Blue Shift Retail Network. And prior to founding Synthetics, guys, Warwick has worked with several cryptocurrency projects. He is also the founder of Pouncer, which was essentially a live auction site exclusively only to Australia. And Peter McCain, the project's CEO, has over 2 decades of experience in software development as well. And Jordan Momtazi, the CEO of Synthetics, was a business strategist, market analyst, and sales leader with several years of experience in blockchain, cryptocurrency, digital payments, and e-commerce systems. And Justin J. Moses, the chief technology officer, was a former director of engineering at MongoDB and deputy practice head of engineering Lab 49, and he also co-founded Pouncer. Now let me very briefly run through what is it that makes Synthetics unique, because Synthetics, guys, is a decentralized exchange and a platform for synthetic assets, and the protocol is designed in a way that exposes users for underlying assets via synths without having to hold the underlying assets. And the platform, guys, allows users to automatically trade and exchange synths, and it also has a staking pool where holders can stake the Synthetics token or SNX tokens and is rewarded with a share of the transaction fees on the Synthetics exchange. And the platform, guys, tracks the underlying assets using smart contract piece delivery protocol called as oracles, and Synthetic allows users to trade synths seamlessly without liquidity and slippage issues as well. And more importantly, it eliminates the need for third-party facilitators, and the Synthetics tokens or SNX tokens are used as a collateral for synthetic assets that are minted. This means, guys, that whenever synths are issued, SNX tokens are locked up in a smart contract. Absolutely clever idea. So once again, guys, if you do want to find out more information, go to the website, because since the launch, the protocol has transitioned to optimistic Ethereum mainnet to help reduce the gas fees on the network and lower oracle latency. And once again, guys, the website is synthetics.io. Now, guys, let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin, guys, unfortunately has gone down, and it is currently at $29,239. Now, what are your price predictions, guys? As and when Jerome Powell announces the interest rate hike, I'm pretty much sure the number or the price of Bitcoin is definitely going to have a lot of momentum, and it's going to be really interesting to see if during the question and hour sessions they do have any questions regarding Bitcoin spot ETF. Now, since the last 24 hours, The price of Bitcoin is marginally up by 0.30%. Since the last 7 days, it is down by 1.96%. Ethereum gas is at $1,864. Since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 0.81%. Since the last 7 days, it is down by 1.81%. Ripple or XRP gas unfortunately is down to 70 cents. And since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 0.36%. Since the last 7 days, it is down by 7.88%. Now in today's episode, guys, we're going to be talking some unfortunate news, and this is to do with Kuwait. And looks like Kuwait is prohibiting the use of cryptocurrency for payments or investments to combat money laundering. And according to a circular that is issued by the country's financial regulator, it actually states that the capital market has also placed an absolute ban on all digital asset mining, and they've also prohibited the recognition of cryptocurrency as decentralized currency, and has also warned the public that companies are not allowed to provide any type of crypto-related services. And the prohibition guards are an effort to meet requirements set by FATF on preventing money laundering via crypto. And the Crypto Markets Authority has put up an official document. So let me just read out verbatim what the official news actually states, because it does actually state that absolute prohibition on using virtual assets as a payment tool, currency, or recognize them as a decentralized currency in the state of Kuwait. Therefore, you shall refrain from conducting transactions that involve using virtual currencies as a payment tool within the scope of this ban. Prohibition of dealing with virtual assets as an investment medium, thus refraining from providing this type of service to any clients. And guys, they also say that prohibition of using or granting any natural or legal entity within the state of Kuwait a license to provide virtual asset service as a commerce business for their own benefit or on behalf of others, that is in addition to no previous licensing being issued in this regard. And they've also stressed securities regulated by the Central Bank of Kuwait, and now the securities and financial instruments regulated by the CMA or the Capital Markets Authority are exempted from this prohibition. An absolute ban on all activities related to mining virtual assets or currencies. Furthermore, guys, it's important to note it is required to constantly inform clients about the risks associated with dealing in virtual assets, which are executed according to the state of Kuwait with the knowledge of clients, especially cryptocurrencies, as they lack legal status and are not issued or endorsed by any government, and they are not linked to any underlying assets or issuing entity, and their prices are always subject to speculative fluctuations that may lead to significant decline. Now, mind you guys, one of the reasons why I wanted to read this thing out verbatim is because this is absolutely serious, and if you're an entity trying to offer cryptocurrency services, you definitely need to be aware that Kuwait is definitely not a fan of cryptocurrencies, and they are definitely having a strict crackdown on cryptocurrencies. And most likely, guys, this is because of the information that is provided by FATF and Coin Bureau. Guys, one of the favorite YouTubers, he did put out an excellent video, and most likely it is possible that Pakistan will be following a similar protocol as well. So definitely not ideal. Now guys, let's discuss some news all the way from China. And China's blockchain Sputnik satellite is being used in space, and I'll try to look at where this blockchain technology fit in. And the news is that a Chinese satellite has become the first in the world to carry a blockchain imaging and screening system into orbit, and Cointelegraph has reported that the satellite features a visual blockchain on-orbit certification storage, and they have dubbed it as ADA chain. And mind you guys, this has nothing to do with Cardano. They have just thought of the name as ADA chain, which was actually developed in-house by Nation Star. And the ADA chain, guys, can realize functions such as on-orbit visual blockchain multi-signature authentication, on-orbit video visual broadcasting, and on-orbit visual remote sensing data storage certification confirmation. So definitely powerful news. Now mind you guys, the purpose of the satellite's voyage is to obtain rich spectral information on the surface of the targeted area in the fields of precision agriculture, water resource management, mineral resource investigation, environmental monitoring, and emergency safety as well. And blockchain technology, guys, will also assist in achieving the goals of high spatial resolution, high spectral resolution, and high temporal resolution in such satellite imaging. So it looks like, guys, the word blockchain is also being used in space as well. Definitely powerful news. Now guys, let's very briefly run through some news regarding WorldCoin, because unfortunately, guys, the prices have definitely fallen down, and CoinDesk has actually reported token of WorldCoin has definitely taken a deep dive. And one of the reasons why it has taken a deep dive, guys, is due to concerns around privacy and security and reported connections to the legend Sam Bankman-Fried. Because looks like, guys, Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX were early adopters of WorldCoin, and along with them, even 3 Arrows Capital, they were the early adopters as well. And because of this, guys, as and when the news gets developed and gets circulated in social media, people get wary about this protocol, so the prices have definitely fallen down. But looks like, guys, the earlier investors who invested in WorldCoin and OpenAI have definitely benefited by it. Now, unfortunately, guys, regarding WorldCoin, we do have some information regarding the UK as well, and the UK's data watchdog, that is the Information Commission Officer, will also examine WorldCoin's project, which is by OpenAI, and they are definitely not happy about the fact that they are taking people's information. So look, guys, it's going to be really interesting to see what the future of WorldCoin is. Now, what I've done, guys, is the last 48 hours, I've been reading that information from the first source, and to be honest, guys, the fact that they are using zero knowledge proof needs to be advertised more, which means WorldCoin technically will not be having access or control of your data. So what WorldCoin probably needs to do is they need to educate the people, and they need to tell people that they're using zero knowledge proof, which means that people will have control over your own data. But one of my biggest worries is the actual physical device that is called as Orb. And I was just reading through LinkedIn post which says that Crypto Oasis does actually have the physical device. And look, guys, one thing which I did mention in my episode yesterday is if WorldCoin were to have some mergers or tie-ups with government agencies, the user adoption will definitely become much quick. Now, it's going to be really cool and interesting to see what the device is, and I wouldn't be surprised, guys, let's say if it gets a green light, this device will be located in several different locations as well. Definitely powerful stuff. Now, guys, let's discuss some news, and this is more to do with Web 3.0 from Far East. And the Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida described Web 3 as a new form of capitalism, and he said that in a keynote which was addressed at WebEx conference in Japan. Now, he definitely reaffirmed the community's commitment of fostering Web 3.0 industry, highlighting its potential to transform the internet and kindle social change as well. Now, mind you guys, Japan has historically been a massive advocate of Bitcoin as well. As a matter of fact, even if we look at the name Satoshi Nakamoto, could it be possible that there is some inclination towards Japan as well? I definitely don't know. Now, mind you guys, the Prime Minister made the comments in a keynote address on day one of the WebEx conference in Tokyo, Japan. And at the very same time at the event in Japan, even Binance actually confirmed to Cointelegraph that it is set to offer its services to Japanese customers, and that is from August onwards. And Binance CEO, that is ZZ, announced the cryptocurrency exchange would launch its services on a new Japanese platform starting from August 1st, 2023. So definitely positive news, I guess. Now, guys, let's discuss two news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. Now, the first news, guys, is regarding Abu Dhabi Global Market, and they have granted financial service permission to cryptocurrency exchange Rain. So definitely powerful and beautiful news. So let me break down what this news is all about, guys, because the Abu Dhabi Global Market grants financial service permission to cryptocurrency exchange Rain, and Rain can now offer the ability to buy, sell, and store virtual assets in the UAE and the region. And the financial services permission, also called as FSP, allows Rain to list more virtual asset pair meeting using the ADGM's criteria, and Rain Gas can provide a seamless fiat to virtual asset on-ramp services in the UAE dirhams to institutional and retail clients as well. And the cryptocurrency on-ramp service is a service where users can exchange fiat money for cryptocurrencies, and Rain's CEO, guys, that is Joseph Delago, sees the achievement as a significant milestone for the virtual asset industry. Now, mind you guys, currently Rain offers the only regulated on-ramp and off-ramp UAE dirhams into virtual assets in the UAE, and proponents believe that virtual assets powered by blockchain are the future of money, safer, more practical for transactions, and Abu Dhabi has integrated blockchain into economy and society to develop the economy. In November of last year, Abu Dhabi launched the Middle East, Africa, and Asia Crypto and Blockchain Association, and Rain Financial, or Rain, is a partner of the association along with major other cryptocurrency platforms. And the massive news is that Abu Dhabi's Chief of Market Development does actually see Rain's FSP as affirming Abu Dhabi Global Market's role as an international financial center. And Abu Dhabi Global Market introduced the world's first comprehensive virtual assets framework in 2018, and Rain Gas received its first in-principle approval for an FSP in January 2022. And I'm pretty much sure, guys, that I did cover this news in my Crypto and Coffee Date podcast. And Rain Financial did actually raise $110 million in Series B funding round, becoming the first licensed virtual asset service provider in the Middle East going back to 2019. And Rain services include buying, selling, and custodian services for digital currencies. And Rain Gas was founded in 2017 and continues to enhance technology and services in Abu Dhabi global market. And Abu Dhabi global market aims to add value to Abu Dhabi's digital asset ecosystem and support diversification as well. So definitely a very positive news, guys, and it definitely puts Abu Dhabi and the Middle East in the forefront of our cryptocurrency adoption is concerned. Now, guys, let's discuss the second news. And this news, guys, is more of an article, and it is an opinion by an author who actually states that Dubai will dominate the artificial intelligence industry. Now, the link for the article, guys, is mentioned in the show notes below. So let me go ahead and break down what the article is, and let me also share some of the assumptions which is probably made by the author. And the article states, guys, that the UAE is making significant progress in the tech space and is in a position to challenge the American tech dominance, especially in the artificial intelligence space, and Silicon Valley in the US has been the epicenter of tech innovation, with the tide may be turning in the favor of UAE. And guys, the author believes that artificial intelligence is the most consequential technology since the internet, and Google is currently the most widely used search engine globally and a flagship company for the US economy, and competitors like China's Baidu, Russia's Yandex, and South Korea's Naver have shown promise, but the usage remains largely local, and the UAE, guys, is creating formidable regulations for artificial intelligence companies and investing in AI education to boost its GDP and cut government expenditure as well. And the goal is to increase GDP by roughly 35% through artificial intelligence technologies and reduce expenditure through automation. And guys, the author believes that the UAE has the necessary tech talent and capital to dominate in the artificial intelligence industry, and the UAE's culture of innovation is unparalleled, and its regulatory environment complements its tech advancements as well. But mind you, guys, the UAE is newer to the tech scene in compared to, let's say, the US and probably even UK as well, but it is definitely rapidly developing a thrive for tech ecosystem. Now, some of the assumptions which the author has made is that the UAE's friendly regulatory changes and education initiatives will lead to AI dominance. I definitely am hoping that thing would happen, but these are just the assumptions that he has made. Another assumption that the author has made is that hosting leading artificial intelligence technologies will benefit the economy and will help solve some of the global problem. And finally, guys, the assumption that he has made is that UAE has the potential to create artificial intelligence technologies that will impact billions of users. Now, I'm definitely hoping that all the assumptions definitely turn out to be true, but there are some drawbacks as well, because the author doesn't provide concrete evidence of the UAE's current standing in the AI industry compared to other global players, and the assumption that the UAE's tech talents and capital are sufficient for AI dominance may be speculative without specific data, and the claim of the AI having unparalleled innovation culture without comparative examples remain objective. Now, it's going to be really intriguing to see and really exciting to see what the future of artificial intelligence in the UAE is. And mind you, guys, UAE's ambition to dominate the AI industry is expected to have broader implications beyond Dubai and the country, and the UAE aims to be a hub for companies developing future artificial intelligence technologies with a global reach, and the success of artificial intelligence permeation across the sectors in the UAE is expected to bring down expenditure through automation, and the author's personal experience leads them to believe in the UAE's potential for AI dominance, and the author finds that the tech scene in the UAE is very exciting and full of opportunities. Now, mind you, guys, he's making some assumptions as well, and he's making an assumption that Dubai could host a company or companies that could dominate the AI industry, but specific prospects are not mentioned. Now, could it be possible that Abu Dhabi or maybe Kingdom of Saudi Arabia takes the lead in artificial intelligence? I really am not sure. To be honest, guys, I'm hoping that whatever the author says does actually turn out to be true. Another assumption which he is making is that the rate at which UAE tech scene has grown is unprecedented, but there are no comparative data that points towards what he's saying, and the author is optimistic about the UAE's potential to lead in the AI industry and sees it as a promising tech for future ventures and technical ventures as well. And once again, guys, these are my thoughts and opinions. I really am hoping that whatever the author says does actually turn out to be true, because at the end of the day, it'll definitely put Dubai, Abu Dhabi and other Emirates and the Middle East at the forefront of artificial intelligence and in general technology as well. So those were the news, guys, from Crypto and Coffee at 8 from Blockchain DXP. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxp.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxp.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And if you like listening to this podcast, guys, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now, for the next few minutes, it's going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DX. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Rick who asks, do you think AI could dominate the hype around cryptocurrencies? To be honest, Rick, it already has. If you look at the number of user adoption, there are quite a lot of people who are actually using artificial intelligence. But going to your question, is it going to dominate the hype around cryptocurrencies? Definitely do think so. Just a few days ago, I talked about WorldCoin, and what happened is that because of the hype regarding WorldCoin and OpenAI's ChatGPT, a lot of them did actually sell their Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and they actually went ahead and bought WorldCoin. Now, granted, the prices did actually fall down, but the answer to your question is definitely yes. And one news, Ricky, which I've been observing, particularly since 2023, or more to say, ever since ChatGPT was launched, that I'm finding a lot of news regarding artificial intelligence, and mind you, all of them are not artificial intelligence, but news surrounding artificial intelligence is definitely 3 or 5 times more than, let's say, NFTs or DeFi. And when I initially started my podcasting, I used to find quite a lot of news regarding DeFi, and unfortunately, I hardly find any news regarding DeFi. Now, mind you, Rick, I'm only talking about news around Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East, but regarding artificial intelligence, I'm definitely finding a lot of news. And what I'm planning to do is from the 1st of August, I do plan to start a new podcast called as Artificial Frontier DXB, where I talk about artificial intelligence. I try to explain it at a basic level, advanced level, and technical level as well. And I'll definitely be doing quite a lot of interviews as well, because to be honest, I'm an absolute nobody in an artificial intelligence space, and I'm trying to learn from what other speakers have to say. So the initial few episodes might be a bit shaky, but later on, as and when I try to learn more things, I'll definitely go and cover more news regarding artificial intelligence. But to answer your question, yes, I do feel that artificial intelligence news will actually dominate the hype around cryptocurrencies, and I do feel that this hype is definitely going to stay for a long time, definitely more than 2 years. Now, what would be really cool to see, Rick, and I mentioned this in my Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, is somehow somewhere we are able to develop a blockchain protocol that is 100% created by artificial intelligence, and the tokens of cryptocurrencies is 100% managed, issued, and even taken care of the supply by artificial intelligence. Imagine having a burning mechanism which is done by artificial intelligence. Now, mind you, the burning mechanism which is done by Ethereum is absolutely fantastic as well, and it is done by codes as opposed to human. But imagine artificial intelligence making a decision on how to better manage inflation. It might be a bit spooky, but hopefully it just might be better than what humans are doing. But to answer your question, Rick, yes, I do feel that the news regarding artificial intelligence will definitely dominate the hype around cryptocurrencies. So that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series in Blockchain DXB. In case you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about Metaverse. And if you like listening to this podcast, guys, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And how the series of episodes in the Crypto and Coffee Date works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other 2 news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East, and the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.